From the South Florida.
Starting a new chapter in their lives.
It feels like I've been in high school for 20 years, and I tell people that all the time when they ask me how I feel about graduating.
Parkland's youngest survivors crossing over the graduation stage. On the record,
we are seeing an increase in gun murders all across the country.
Miami-Dade's mayor speaking on the recent uptick in mass shootings, as suspects from one recent shooting may get tied to another. And an unexpected visitor.
I mean, it's got claws and teeth, and if it's threatened, it will hurt you.
Paying a visit to a Southwest Florida neighborhood. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache, and today is Tuesday, June 8th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
New beginnings for the graduating seniors at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School today. As freshmen, these students were among the youngest survivors of the Parkland shooting back in 2018. Not all of them chose to stay in Parkland, but they are forever connected through their shared trauma. High school graduations are typically filled with great memories and celebration. But Brooke Harrison, a senior at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, sees it differently. Harrison was one of the survivors from one of America's largest school mass shootings.
I was in the 1200 building, which is where the shooting happened, and I was on the first floor in room 1216.
Harrison witnessed 3 of her classmates' deaths, and 5 of which were shot. Although Harrison was fortunate to survive, she faced negative health conditions months later.
Sophomore year was probably like the worst for me, like mental health wise, because I was still recovering from just witnessing everything I witnessed, like being in the building.
Since then, they've been hit by another trauma, coronavirus, which caused the world to shut down. Former student of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, Lauren Hogg, took time during this milestone to reflect.
And the fact that we're isolated makes it even worse. I didn't get to see my friends, I didn't get homecoming, and I just didn't get the regular John Hughes, senior high school stuff.
Seniors from here at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, like Harrison, will be graduating at Inter Miami CF Stadium and hope to continue on to the next chapter of their lives.
It does feel like closing like a chapter on my life and kind of moving on to like a better one. Kind of, yeah. It kind of feels like a chance to have like a semi-normal school experience.
A difficult experience for 2 students like Harrison and Hogg, but they still choose to keep moving forward.
I think reflection is necessary for me moving forward, because I think if I moved forward without reflecting on all the work that I've done, all the things that I've been through, it would just be putting all of those experiences to waste. Yeah. And I cannot stand for that to happen.
3 teens already behind bars this morning could soon be named suspects in a mass shooting. Yatavius McCutcheon, Keisha Richardson, and Quantavius McCutcheon were arrested for a turnpike shooting which injured 1 person. They are now also being investigated for a shooting which killed 3 people near Southwest 107th Avenue and Killian Parkway early Sunday morning. With a surge of mass shootings in her county, Miami-Dade's mayor is speaking out this morning.
We're increasing surveillance in high crime areas. We are adding crime analysts and license plate readers, shot spotters, other devices that allow us to analyze crime. And we're turning to the public. We cannot do this without the community.
Today's mass shooting follows a recent wave in Miami-Dade County centered around Memorial Day weekend. 3 mass suspects killed 2 and wounded nearly 24 outside a banquet hall in northwest Miami-Dade. There were also mass shootings in Wynwood and in Miami Beach. The former Florida data scientist won't be going on Twitter anymore after being permanently banned. Fired last year from Florida's health department for allegedly refusing to manipulate COVID-19 data, the social media site told Rebecca Jones that she violated its policy on spam and platform manipulation. She says she replied to 50 tweets in a few minutes that were supportive of the Florida governor. Vice President Kamala Harris continues her first international trip as vice president today after meeting with Guatemala's president.
At the same time, I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come.
Biden
Do not
administration easing Trump administration border restrictions, allowing migrants to seek asylums at the U.S. border. Vice President Harris says whoever makes the journey to cross U.S. borders will be returned. Vice President Harris will make an effort to fight against corruption in Mexico. Apple unveils a new update set to enhance everyday life for its users. That's still ahead, and so is the story.
They said there's a bear in your swimming pool area.
Ready for a swim, this 300-pound bear wandered into a South Florida backyard and cozied up in the bushes. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
A new neighbor, this black bear looking for a new home, was spotted wandering a populated neighborhood and hanging out in the backyards. This morning, Naples residents and authorities continue to search for the 4A trespasser. The network's Alison Ugarte tells us how the wild animal made its way into the residents' backyard.
Zitlali, this South Florida homeowner came back from a trip to a big surprise.
Jack Ryan's flight had just landed when his phone started ringing off the hook.
I thought she was kidding, but I read her message first. They said there's a bear in your swimming pool area.
On Friday, a 300-pound bear made his way into Ryan's backyard and cozied up in the bushes. Florida Wildlife Conservation surrounded the area, armed with a bear trap full of Captain Crunch, hoping to corral the wild animal.
I mean, it's got claws and teeth, and if it's threatened, it will hurt you.
Authorities had to close off the street for hours as the bear darted quickly across the street and vanished into shrubs. Neighbors were surprised by the situation, but one expert says it probably swam to Naples from Key Wade Island.
You're going to see a lot of those animals moving because of the rain systems that are moving in. Water levels are rising up, so those animals are going to be moving to higher grounds, which unfortunately is typically where people are also going to be.
Metcalf wants folks to remember to always be careful when dealing with wild animals, especially bears.
And keep a safe distance away. So never approach them, especially a wild animal. It's a wild animal, right? So don't go up there, don't touch it, don't try to take a selfie with it, things like that. Just give them space.
There were no reports of the bear being aggressive or harming any residents. As of Friday night, authorities have yet to catch the bear as it continues to run loose in the area. In the Control Center, Alison Ugarte, South Florida Media Network.
Get excited, Apple fans, because the tech giant has announced the release of its new iOS system, iOS 15. In the new update, FaceTime calls will get a facelift with a new feature called SharePlay, where people can watch videos and listen to music together. Also, Apple Wallet will be carrying more than just credit cards, but also your driver's license and digital keys. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.